Previously on Foul Play Ricky. A tall, oddly familiar-looking Joe Tourniquet was sitting atop a large marble throne with a teenage boy sitting alongside him that looked vaguely like Johnny. Joe was wearing some high-tech breathing device over the bottom half of his face, and my time-traveling watch.
Don't you remember me?
Yeah, you're the asshole that killed my girlfriend. Okay, Boomer, care to explain your devilishly master plan?
Your stealing of the totem and the healing of the time rift from the end of Season 2 destroyed the Ravens throughout history, but it also created parallel realities across time. Hundreds of Rickies getting in my way. My plan is simple: to kill you, all of you, every Ricky, and you're going to be the one to bring them all to me.
What the hell makes you think I'd help you with some harebrained Spider-Verse murder plot anyway?
Because the next person on my list is someone I think you might be interested in sparing.
The cage begins to descend from the ceiling.
Who in the hell is this fucker? And why am I in this goddamn bird cage anyhow?
I don't know. Welcome to Foul Play Ricky. This is the story of me, Ricky Barone, private eye and former detective who was booted from the force for playing by my own rules. I'm just trying to make sense of it all and maybe score a wiki website to archive my references along the way. This is my story. Joe took the high-tech breathing device off his face to reveal scarring around his lips and lower face. My God, I gasped. Joel?
Who in the hell is that? They ain't even been discussed in the previous episodes for. What kind of fucking revelation is that anyhow?
Joel Timberlake was my best friend growing up. After graduation, we had opened an Italian restaurant together. He married my friend and legal consultant for the restaurant, Dakota Henson. The hardcore fans might remember she was murdered in episode 6. In fact, he was even the one that taught me the secret code word was lizard. Everything was great up until the hot pasta sauce he made burned and scarred his face and caused various bad Yelp reviews, which caused our business to go under and forced me into a life of police work. After the burn sent him to the hospital, he refused to ever speak to me again. That's why I've never let anyone get close to me again. I paused to take everything in, realizing it'd be easier to write this if I had a third-party narrator. Hey yo, Mr. Writer of the show. You want to help me out here a bit? Okay, sure, Rick. This is all the written charisma of the Rise of Skywalker, so here we go. Joe Tourniquet's voice notably changed after taking off the breathing device.
Yes, Ricky. As I said, I've always been the author of your pain. You may not remember, but we met in episode 7 when the Ravens were first introduced. I attempted to suck the entirety of your life force from you, but you thwarted my plans. But now, you'll be held responsible for Judy's murder, and in your disgrace, your death will be ruled a suicide.
Shit, and I thought season 2 was complicated. This series is starting to follow the Indiana Jones formula, huh?
I don't know that I quite understand.
You know, 1 and 3 are beloved, and 2 and 4 are just kinda trying too hard and not really anyone's favorites. Although, I think season 2 might have been ahead of its time.
Well, that formula is not necessarily valid. Wait until you get a load of my master plan. Then the fans will definitely be sold on this season. So basically, Operation Cold Run is a second Y2K, a reset of order through chaos. Except this time, it'll work as intended. And I've raised Lenny to be a masterful assassin and a future leader of the Phoenix Order. A new bloodline of Ravens, an unimaginable magic power to possess.
Yeah, I don't really think you're setting the bar very high. Also, the Phoenix Order? Isn't that pretty close to a trademarked name? I thought we was done with all this Ravens shit.
I mean, who's going to listen to this podcast and sue us, honestly?
So that's your master plan? To bring back the Ravens somehow?
From all dimensions to destroy all of you, Ricky. Your stealing of the totem and healing the time rift from the end of season 2 destroyed the Ravens throughout history. But it also created parallel realities across time. Hundreds of Rickies and brand new dimensions filled with those banished Ravens. All I need is your blood and some sci-fi magic, and I just happen to have both.
Joe takes out the dog's microchip, still flashing from when it cut Ricky's hand a few episodes ago and had drawn a sample of his blood. Boy, is this plot convoluted.
And yet, it still makes more sense than most DC movies.
If you've really been trying to kill me all this time, you're not doing a very good job at it. You could basically call me Sidney Prescott.
Well then, Sidney Prescott, you know that the plan always works better when there's two.
Surprise entrance music!
Hey, Jill? Jill, are you there? This is your entrance. A female that looks like Joe arrives from the back of the throne.
Sorry, I was thinking about boys.
Boys?
Yes, boys. In fact, my head was spinning thinking about them boys.
Okay, what the hell is going on and what's that noise?
This is my long-lost evil twin sister, Jill.
Hey there.
Just then, Joe took the sample of Rick's blood and poured it onto the time-traveling watch. It began to glow purple as Joe Tourniquet reassured the listeners that this plot actually had indeed been thought up before Spider-Man No Way Home had come out. The purple glow from the watch grew brighter and brighter as glowing cracks began to form on the walls. Suddenly, the room began to crumble as the glowing light took over and became nearly blinding. The sides of Joe's throne began to split and crumble, and Jill fell to her death.
Jill, no! This is all your fault, Rick! God damn you!
How is this even remotely my fault? It was then that Joe took out his gun and shot Ricky dead. To be continued.